This segment of Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show was brought to you by ESPN. We pick your idols for you. Remember Tim Tebow? You do now.
Warning. Pregnant women, the elderly, and children under 16 should avoid prolonged exposure to Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler may suddenly accelerate to dangerous speeds. Dirt Diggler has high gluten content and is not kosher, halal, or vegan safe. Do not ingest Dirt Diggler, as Dirt Diggler is for external use only. Discontinue listening to Dirt Diggler if any of the following occurs: itching, vertigo, dizziness, discoloration of urine, tingling in extremities, loss of balance or coordination, slurred speech, temporary blindness, profuse sweating, heart palpitations, increased use of profanity. If listening to Dirt Diggler gives you an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're welcome. Listening to Dirt Diggler may lead to unplanned pregnancies. If Dirt Diggler begins to smoke, get away immediately. Seek shelter and cover head. Dirt Diggler may stick to certain types of skin. When not in use, Dirt Diggler should be returned to a special container and kept under refrigeration. The ingredients of Dirt Diggler include, but are not limited to, a glowing substance which fell to the earth, presumably from outer space, and bad memories. Do not taunt Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler does not come with a lifetime guarantee. Dirt Diggler. Enjoy the show.
Extra heat.
All right, what's going on? It is the Dirt Diggler, the dirtiest Diggler to ever Diggler for Dirt Could Diggler.
That's right,
And to my
bitches.
left, as
Right,
always, I have
bitches.
the illustrious,
Kenny the Dork, unapologetically New England.
of course. And this is Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show, where the takes are hot and the beers are cold, but lukewarm at times. But that's cool because this is how we get down.
That's we've always gotten down.
Yeah, right. You know, at least we're not doing 40s today.
Yeah, well, shit, bro.
Yeah, right. So, it's been a few weeks since we did our last show. We're kind of, well, as far as football is concerned, we're kind of in that dead zone still. There is some news. The news is starting to speed up. Things are happening more now. You have contracts, you have camp, you have OTAs, things like that. Injuries, you have fuckery. You have football is coming back. So we're going to have, of course, more frequent shows as the year moves on. But let's go over like what happened since our last show. So you know what, you've got. I don't want to bury the lead here, man. You go first.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, dude. Like, you've got some outstanding news to share, and I think you should share it.
I got older.
He did. He's now officially older than me again. So that's
I turned 41 2 days ago.
Yep.
But something else happened a month before that.
Yeah.
A few days after our last show.
Yeah. What happened?
Let's just say that probably sometime next year, Lady Dork is going to be Mrs. Dork.
Yes. Exciting times, man. Joining the ranks of the WED. Of the WED, and let me tell you, it's a beautiful struggle, and
yeah, it is. It's a beautiful.
And when it comes to trap recognition and all the other things that, as husbands we run into, I'm here for you. So I got your back. Let me know whenever you know. Hey, I think this is a trap. I'm like, yes, that's indeed a trap. That there's no answer to that.
Like we went to her niece's ballet recital, and she took some video of it, of the parts that her niece was in, and then we were out for lunch, and she asked me, do you want to watch this? And I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes.
Without hesitation. Because,
yes, of course, let's see it.
Yes, because if I had said no, that would not have gone well for me.
See, an acceptable answer would have been, you know what, when we get home, we sit down, and we got time just to pay attention to it, I want to watch it.
Well, we were waiting for her to come out from... the large. There were a lot of kids there, so.
So how old is the little girl?
She's gonna be 5 next week.
Oh, okay. So little person.
Yeah. She's adorable. I love her niece. She's awesome. Her niece really loves me and is excited that I get to be her uncle here pretty soon.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, and my niece and nephew are excited about getting another aunt, and
it's all good stuff, man.
And the family planning is going on. A lot of people are like, so when are you getting married? Have you set a date? Do you know where it is? Do you want a big wedding? Do you want a small ceremony? Do you want to have kids? How many kids are you going to have? You should really get on that stuff. That kind of narrative is going through. So it's a lot to sift through.
It happens. It happens. Except, man, if you need some help, tips, and pointers, I got you. Because no matter what, once the vows get exchanged, the game changes a little bit.
Well, yeah, and we definitely want to have a ceremony where we can write our own vows.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you.
Of course. Well, unless we get married in a Catholic church.
Oh, well.
We're not doing that.
Are you guys Catholic?
No.
Okay, so why would you do that?
Let's just say I've been to I've endured a Catholic wedding where they don't let you write your own vows, and that just sucked.
That's what it is.
Catholic weddings suck.
At the end of the day,
in my opinion.
At the end of the day, it's the same thing, though. Really, the wedding itself is simply the ceremony. Everything that comes after that is what's important. I mean, people get wrapped up in the pageantry of a wedding. In fact, there's probably a sizable segment of young ladies who are more in love with the idea of the wedding itself than the actual job and work associated with being married. Yeah, I mean, and there's some dudes who have some serious misconceptions of what it is, what it means to be a husband and what a wife is supposed to do, but that comes with maturity.
Yeah,
that comes with maturity. So it's not the ceremony; it's what happens. Everything that happens afterward is what's important. That's how I look at it. So
I mean, and to be honest, the fact that I waited until I was in my 40s to even get to this point in my life it's just one of those things where I'm kind of glad I did it that way because
you're ready at this point.
Yeah, when you met me, I was not ready.
No,
definitely
not. And you would have probably had a rough sled, probably had a rough go at it. And you know what though? So what's important now is that you were ready. You found someone else who's ready, and you guys are compatible.
Got enough tools in my toolbox.
Yeah, there's some folks who get married multiple times and. It's
only want to do it once.
It's not for everyone, sometimes, and sometimes you can like someone and love someone a lot, but just not be compatible in that sense.
Right.
Either way, so congratulations on your engagement. Congratulations on your birthday. And the family life you are getting ready to get yourself into. So
yeah, there might be little dorks running around.
That should be fun. I do wonder how if they're going to be tall or short, because she's short, you're tall. So
yeah, I think they're going to be tall.
You think so?
I think so.
She got some brothers and
stuff.
Well,
no, I just take it off of experience with my sister.
Okay.
Because my mom is a short woman, like below 5 feet. Yeah. My dad's 6'4". My sister's 5'5", so she's gonna be a taller.
Yeah. Okay.
So I figure Stephanie, you bump it up a few.
Okay.
Lady Dork.
It's okay.
For all you uninitiated out there, that's her name.
All right. So over here in the Diggler household, I have a new graduate in the house.
Congratulations, sir.
D1 has survived the gauntlet that is high school, and she is now a high school graduate. She's still not 18, so she still can't really own anything, or she still has some things to do. So she's not legally an adult, but she's working.
Is she planning on matriculating?
She will be attending college after a gap year. She wants to take a break and kind of work for a little bit and build up some money, which is great.
Smart.
She was hoping to buy a car, which is great. So she's got a little bit of cash, but we looks like we may be getting gifted a car, or she will, and it's a beater.
Yeah,
it's a beater. So the Lip family, they're going to Hawaii.
Yeah,
and they have this Mazda 3, and it's seen some action. It's gotten T-boned by deer. It had a blowout.
No joke.
It had a blowout. Yeah, so it had a blowout, which took out a part of the bumper, right? And it's got 260,000 miles on it.
Oh my!
Right. So here's the thing, right? So it's a beater. This is a beater.
It's a hoopty.
No, but it runs. It runs great. The AC doesn't work, right? But the car runs great, right? But it's for right now, as far as we know, this car really isn't going to cost much beyond some maintenance costs. So this is a perfect first car for any young person, right? Because it's seen some miles.
Yes.
It starts every time, so you're not pouring money into it to keep it going, right? This is just not cosmetically. It's not a pretty little BMW. This is a car that when you first start driving, you're gonna curb check shit. You're gonna fucking bump into shit. You're gonna fuck your car up. So the first car you should have, it should be a beater, so you can get all that shitty driving out of the way.
I mean, I shared the wiring harness on my first car.
You know what? Honestly, when you finally buy your first car and you drop the coin, you appreciate it so much more because you remember having to literally roll your windows down, or you remember just some rudimentary function not existing in your car. And so you can appreciate having a nice car that has the AC and the heated seats and all the other cool shit. You can appreciate all those things. So D1 is all about that. She's like, this is an amazing opportunity. So she's pretty excited about getting this car. She's not worried about putting it to little maintenance into it. She gets it, but she's still so we're getting her set. She's getting set for the next step. She has moved around a lot, right? So since she was born in Oceanside, right, at Naval Hospital in Camp Pendleton.
Yep.
As a little thing, she went to Okinawa, and then the middle one was born. And then we moved in Okinawa from one house to the next. And then we moved down to North Carolina where we had the third one. And then we moved up to Maryland. And then we moved again while we're in Maryland. So she's seen a lot of flux in her life. So she just kind of wants to be stable for a minute.
Yeah.
So I get that, right? That's important for me.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. So also during her graduation, D2 was in the band playing for her. So Mrs. Diggler was ecstatic about the one daughter playing for the other daughter's graduation.
Aww.
However, in reality, the middle one really couldn't give two shits about the graduation of the older one. She actually missed her walk because she was talking to her friends.
Oh no!
But this is life with siblings, man. They're brutal. Like they're brutal to each other, but don't be brutal. If you're not in the family, you can't.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't
no,
be,
that's
yeah.
the same in the Dork family.
Yeah, dude. So
like I mean, my sister's standard birthday greeting. I've shared this before, right?
maybe, but I'd love to hear it again.
Happy birthday, fuckface.
Yes, I've seen that on Facebook. Yes.
Yes, it's a Diggler confirmed.
I've seen that on Happy
but
Birthday,
but by the same token, she is brutal AF to me, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's brutal, but it's a sibling thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Right.
So but you come at me brutal, she's coming after you.
Yeah. So that's good, right? So D1 is doing her thing. D2 is a straight. She's going to be on a roll.
Yeah.
D3 is going to be a fifth grader next year, so it's exciting times.
Congratulations.
They're all going to Japan in August, so that's good. I'll be back here with the pets holding down the fort, and that's what it is. I interviewed for a promotion the other week,
yes,
and I am feeling quite good about it. Quite good about it. I won't say anything officially until I sign all the paperwork and I get my first paycheck, but I'm feeling really good about this, and this is a great opportunity for advancement and for additional training and things like that. So everything's moving forward, which is important because I'm fucking wore out. I'm fucking tired. So it's nice to see something come to fruition. It's really nice. It's really nice. So like I said, things are moving forward, right? Things are moving forward in both households, and that's
forward with the schedule.
Yeah. So let's cover the schedule. Yeah. All right, let's cover the schedule. Let's cover the schedule here. So, as normally we have the hometown happenings, right, where we go over what's going on in our respective sports cities. Then we've added a couple new pieces to the show for today, right?
Yes.
We have stupid military stories where Dork and I go over some of the dumber fucking shit that's happened to us or that we witnessed in the military. Now, I know some of you out there are vets, and some of you have seen how ludicrous life can be in the military. For instance, all those troops that are stationed down on the southern border?
Yeah.
You know what they have them getting ready to do?
What?
Paint the existing wall that's there because it's ugly. That is peak fucking Marine Corps Army. Look,
oh my God! Are you kidding?
That's right up there with raking sand and painting rocks. That is seriously if you were to
That's like sand. That's like what sand gnat or what do they call them? Sand flea funerals.
Oh yeah, yes. If I was to say so Diggler, what's it like in the military? I was like, for your first enlistment, it's like painting the wall for no apparent reason. For your second enlistment, you are simply watching other people paint the wall and ensuring they paint the wall properly. And for your third enlistment going on, you're probably making sure that people are making sure other people are painting the wall and getting yelled at because the wall hasn't been properly painted, and it's somehow a failure in your leadership because you didn't inspire your troops to properly paint the wall.
That's an accurate assessment.
So we have some stories to share. All right, we have
yes.
some stories to share. After that, we're going to be covering the NBA Finals. We're going to do another new piece called 60 Seconds with D2, where we give D2 a topic and let her rip for 60 straight seconds of awesomeness.
Oh, if it's anything like 40s for 40, oh boy.
God, I'm still fucking hurt from that,
Yeah,
man.
I can still see the burns.
I'm going to have to get some tilapia skin put on. Stanley Cup Finals. The NFL offseason carries forward.
Yes,
Shitty
sir.
beer of the week, and at the end, the hot take of the week. So let's kick it off with the hometown happenings. Philly. So the Sixers season ended on a fucking literal four-bouncer miracle shot from Kawhi Leonard. In the dying seconds, he had like 4.8 2 seconds to get the ball and get the shot off, and the guy was as well defended as anyone could ever defend anybody, and he freaking fired it up, emotionless as he is, and it bounced on the front of the rim area, where closer to him, and then bounced over, and then bounced in at the last seconds of Game 7 in Toronto. And here's a fun fact. That is the first buzzer beater game series clinching shot in NBA history. Never has there been a buzzer beater in Game 7.
Yeah.
Right, there have been buzzer beaters in other games, but not to ice in series in Game 7. So Kawhi Leonard set a piece of history, and I guess one of the consolations we can take as Sixers fans is that we were there to be part of it. Right. Either way, the Flyers are on the couch where they belong, and the Phillies are above 500 and are in first place of the NL East by 2 games. So the Bryce Harper pickup was good. It's not so much of his batting though. His fielding has been fucking outstanding. And the team as a whole really has. It seems like this is a very coherent team, and they're really responding to Gabe Kepler. It's really good to see it all come together.
Yeah, Kepler's a guy I kind of wish the Red
Kepler.
Sox had held on to.
Yeah.
Because he was managing in their minor league system, and I was hoping that someday he'd get the big job.
Well,
but I'm happy to see him get a managerial
He's in
opportunity.
Philadelphia is excited about baseball for a minute. I mean, it's hard because the Eagles are doing what they're doing. It's exciting time for the Eagles. And the Sixers, really. So all 4 teams in Philly, for the most part, are either in contention or close.
Yeah.
So it's exciting for the city. So the Phillies are enjoying their 2,000 game fucking season. And so we'll see, because it is a long slog of a season for baseball. So we'll see how things come around the postseason. I believe they lost their series against the Dodgers, so they're looking at that as a NL Series matchup there. That those 2 teams are going to face off in the playoffs if things carry on the way that they are. So the Phillies are beating teams they should beat, splitting with teams that are on their level, and I don't know if they would need to improve a little bit to be truly World Series worthy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But they're closer than they were last year, and it really only takes somebody's bat to get hot to turn all that shit around. So, and the pitching's been fairly solid. So, that's nice. So what's going on in Boston, Kenny?
Well, I'm going to keep this short because, we got the Stanley Cup segment later.
Yeah.
So I have a few things to unpack in that one. The Red Sox, they had that terrible start to the season, and it looked like they were just going to be freaking awful.
They were pretty bad. Them and the Yankees both were shitting themselves.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Yankees have righted the ship, and so have the Sox, but the Yankees are running away with the division with scrubs. Their stars are injured. But the Red Sox, they're back over 500.
That's nice.
Sadly, the playing career of Dustin Pedroia appears to be over. He took a dirty slide from Manny Machado a couple of years ago.
Oh, Machado. Yeah.
He slid into him and it bent his knee back at a weird angle. He still cannot run on it after 2 years.
That's a wrap. He's hoping.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to come back because, the Sox...
Machado's such a fucking dirtbag, though, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what made the last pitch of the World Series so much sweeter when he damn near fell on his ass striking out.
Yeah, Manny Machado.
I loved it.
He's a hell of a player, but he's such a dirty motherfucker.
Such a dirty motherfucker, and fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But thankfully, Michael Chavis came up from the minors, from Pawtucket, and he's just lit the world on fire, taking over at second base.
That's good.
He's fitting right in with all the other young guys there. It's nice to see the Red Sox mostly stocked with homegrown talent. There are like 7 out of the 9 fielding positions on the field are homegrown players, which
that's good. No, growing them in your farm system is preferable.
Yes,
it's preferable.
Yeah, and so it looks like the Red Sox, while they had a dearth of farm talent.
Yeah.
When Dave Dombrowski took over in 2016, he traded a lot of it away, and people were like, "Oh, this is what he always does. He trades for superstars, and he leaves the farm system bereft of talent, and it's gonna fuck us over." And hey, we got a World Series out of it, but at the same time, he kept the right ones, and that's the thing that I like the most. But they have a lot of issues to sort out with the pitching staff. Like whether to trade for a bullpen arm or just, keep letting the bullpen suck.
That seems like a pretty easy decision to make, if you ask me.
Yeah.
If you're trying to compete for the championship this year, which every team is at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're 6 games out, though, of the AL East, so, you think a move would have to happen soon.
So that's 2 weeks of That's 2 weeks of games.
Yeah.
And you could be in first.
Yeah, we're about a third. We're just over a third of the way through the season, so
Yeah, we'll see what happens at the trade deadline.
Well, not only that, but all those injured Yankees are going to come back, and then the gulf is going to get deeper. You know what I mean?
Unless they fall apart, because maybe the injured Yankees were the problem.
Maybe. Yeah.
One can only hope.
Superstars. They can be a problem.
Is Bolton a Yankees fan or a Mets fan?
Yanks.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, that superstars being the problem. That was the problem in Boston this year with the Celtics.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, that's part of my thing here.
Yeah. So all right. Yeah. So let's talk about your Celtics, man. So
their season is as dead as iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes died. FYI, for those of you who have literally been living under a rock and come out just for this podcast.
Yeah, Apple killed out iTunes.
They split it into 3 separate things, right? I think they split it, so it's not
movies, music.
Yeah. So they basically took iTunes and they broke it in pieces. So iTunes, as it was, is dead, but the functionality is still there. It's just
kind of like what the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo did to the Celtics in that series.
Yeah,
which ended just as I said it would, in 5 to 6 games.
They killed the Celtics.
Oh my God! Once that run in Game 2 happened, where it was a 3-point game, and then they went on the 28-2 run.
But the Celtics quit. They quit.
Yeah, well, Kyrie and Kyrie couldn't handle being the man. Terry Rozier was pissed off that he wasn't getting the playing time that was going to Kyrie.
And then you had who's the guy who was training with Kobe?
What's that?
The guy who trained with Kobe. He went and trained with Kobe during the offseason.
Tatum.
Yeah, Kobe's greatest revenge on the Celtics was training Tatum. Tatum was the worst isolation shooter in the NBA, and that didn't stop him.
Still prone to be a superstar, though.
Yeah, well, he not with Kobe brain, he won't. He's not Kobe.
Yeah, true.
If you're not Kobe, you can't have Kobe brain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it kind of expedited, it killed off the possibility of the Boston Slam.
It did.
Yeah. And it expedited a lot of difficult choices for the Celtics going into the offseason, where you got Al Horford being a free agent. Kyrie's probably gone. There's talks of him reuniting with LeBron in L.A.
I would be
so irate.
God, it'd be hilarious. No, because they would still suck. So,
you think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, the Pelicans, they want too much for Anthony Davis, because we're always connected to the trade rumors for Anthony Davis. Because we made that a thing on this show.
We did make it up. And it's
gained traction on its own.
My God, we should get more listeners just due to our sheer clairvoyance.
Well, I mean, now though, that the price has gone up too high on Anthony Davis, the Celtics are rumored to be listening, or are talking to the Pistons for a deal for Andre Drummond.
But still, pretty fucking clairvoyant on this show, man. We've had takes that have come true, and that's fucking bad.
We're supposed to be shitty here.
Yeah, but
we are really supposed to be shitty.
Kind of shitty.
I mean, they've got some money to spend. They've got 3 first-rounders. I say build around Brown and Tatum. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are the future of this franchise.
I think I think Tatum's bad news.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
because he's a Duke guy.
Yes, partially, but because he went out of his way to try to become Kobe Bryant and stuck with it no matter how badly he sucked. And it probably cost your team chemistry. Of course, your team going after Anthony Davis fucked your chemistry. It's the Anthony Davis trade thing that went down wrecked 2 separate teams. So it was fucking glorious. I swear, that was magical. That was magical by the Pelicans to do that to the NBA.
All I can hear is that song in Avenue Q called Schadenfreude.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it was pretty cool. I liked watching those teams.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems like the best thing to do here is to build around those 2 guys, Brown and Tatum, and then put and construct more of a team that got within 6 minutes of the NBA Finals last year. Gordon Hayward has not been the same since that leg injury, and I don't think he ever is going to be the same.
Well, he ended up playing because of his relationship with the coach, and he probably should have.
Yeah, and he's a 6th man. He's really a 6th man getting paid $30 million.
So you're telling me that he's James Harden is what I'm
saying? Yeah, pretty much. And so, you know what? Things are in motion. We could have the same team on the court next year. We could have the entire team blown up because Ainge gonna Ainge.
We shall see.
Trader Danny.
We shall see. So let's get into the next segment, which is stupid military stories.
Stupid military stories.
Now, hey, stop me if you heard this.
Oh, God.
But did you know that you should not consume plastic explosives?
Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm serious. So their Diggler Staff Sergeant Diggler in Okinawa, Japan, in the command building for 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit. I am the staff duty officer for the weekend, and I am manning the phones as a vigilant duty NCO, staff duty non-commissioned officer does. And I get a call, right? I get a call from Lieutenant Umpty Frats from our battalion landing team, which is the infantry portion of the Marine Expeditionary Unit. And he's telling me how the company is quarantined in the field due to a meningitis scare. And I'm like, well, this sounds fucking serious. I should let the colonel know because this sounds serious. So I let the colonel know, and he's like, okay, all right, so they're quarantined. Fast forward a few hours to the morning. Turns out, wasn't meningitis. And
No way.
Was not meningitis. So what had happened was the Marines were being taught by EOD how to make improvised explosives, right? How to make a claymore, a field expedient claymore, basically. A claymore is a anti-personnel mine that blows up and showers the enemy with fucking 5,000 pellets of death and destruction.
It hurts.
It'll fuck you up. The SWAT teams use rubberized versions of them, and they will fuck you up.
Uh-huh.
So these things they're made to murder people. Have no doubt about that, right? But say you're out of claymores and you need to make a claymore, right? How to make a claymore, right? So you need an explosive for that. You need to charge.
Right.
Plastic explosives, right? It can be moved around. It's stable, right? Not edible. So,
No.
So the EOD guys are going over all of this. Like I said, stop me if you heard this, but they're going over all this and like, hey, if you're going to handle this stuff, if you handle it, wash your hands. Do not let it inside your body. It's fucking plastic explosives. Wash your hands. Well, Marines being Marines. The glorious crayon eaters that we are.
Yep.
One Marine turns to the other Marine and goes, I bet you won't take a bite. To which that Marine goes, shit, and takes a bite. And he goes, I bet you won't take a bite. To the other Marine goes, shit, and then he takes a bite. And now they're both having fucking seizures because they ate C4. Now, they're having seizures, so they can't talk. So they can't explain that they ate C4. So they've been medevaced. They're non-responsive, they're medevaced, and they're in the hospital now. And their entire fucking company is quarantined because they think that they've caught meningitis in the jungles of Okinawa.
Oh, good Lord.
So these guys are out there, and, you know, they got their thumbs wrist deep in their ass at this point because you can't do anything because they're fucking quarantined due to a meningitis scare.
I'm just going to say this right now, listeners. You can't see me right now, but my hand is on my face in disbelief and disgust.
So now, mind you, I'm getting this story over the phone. So this is I got to give the colonel the full scoop now. So the idiots that are in the hospital wake up, and they're like, they what happened? And they go, well, and they told him the story. Like, so you dumb fucks ate C4. Yes. And then you had seizures, apparently. Okay. So they got them done, cleared, and they were healthy, and he sent them two idiots back to fucking Pendleton, I believe is where the BLT was from. They sent them back to Camp Pendleton. And the company got released out of the field because there was no longer a meningitis scare because it wasn't meningitis, it was idiot eating plastic explosive. And I had to go in the colonel's office. At the end of my fucking watch, he's in the office now, and I got to go stand in front of this full bird colonel and explain to him how these fucking defenders of freedom decided it'd be a good idea to eat plastic explosives.
How far did his finger go into your chest, from
no,
poking?
He just sat there and looked at me like, wow. Like, I'm not out there in the field going, hey, yeah, dude, sure, eat that plastic explosive.
Okay.
I'm on duty, dude. I got nothing to do with this. I'm just the messenger, man. So the colonel's just sitting there looking at me as dumbfounded as you can, like, okay, so they ate C4.
Well, I mean, it just seems like the task of higher leadership is to blame people for things they had no control over sometimes.
A lot of times, yeah. But remember, they have their whole other, structure.
Yeah.
So obviously, if I'm answering the phones, I didn't have nothing to do with that shit. So
yeah.
the colonel got that much. But yeah, so that was a funny and stupid ass military story that I thought would be a great story to kick this segment off with. So, Dork, we served together, and I know you have some outstanding stories considering the platoon you were part of in Okinawa.
Oh, Jesus Christ, we should have had our own reality show. What are you
I
fucking talking?
thought you did. I thought it was called Coffee Time with the Colonel.
Man. All right. So yeah, my stupid military story for this go round. Yeah. So it was early 2006.
That's way back.
Yeah, the Wayback Machine.
That's 13 years for those who are
the uninitiated. Yeah. We're both stationed in Okinawa.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of my Marines are getting ready to PCS, or well, actually, no, rotate out. One's actually EASing, and the other is just, rotating on orders. A couple of problem children.
Okay.
But they survived their time in Okinawa, and we're out at the Palms having a beer. Congratulations, you survived. 3 other Marines, whom I will call Umpty Frets, Schmuckatelli, and Benots to protect the innocent.
Nice.
Stroll up and say, hey, you guys want to go out in town and really take this party to the next level?
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, the 3 of us actually did the right thing and said, you know what? No, I'm an NCO. I shouldn't be out in town with non-NCOs.
Okay.
The other 2 are like, we're getting off this island. Fuck you. We're not jeopardizing that.
Another smart decision made
So
here.
the 3 of us pay our tab and go back to the barracks. The other 3, Schmuckatelli, Umpty Frats, and Benots,
yeah.
decide, well, we're going to go out in town anyway.
I bet it was Umpty Frats' idea.
Well, let's just say that these 3 Marines, they go out in town, they have a few drinks, and then they see a local Japanese woman's unattended purse.
No.
On the bar.
No, why are we doing this?
And then Umpty Frats decides, hey, I want to steal this. And walks outside with the purse in tow and says, oh, I found keys. And he starts clicking around looking for which car it is. And then they decide to drive off in said car. High-speed chase with Okinawan police resumes. Ensues, and then they are detained by local Japanese police.
Not a good time.
Not a good time.
It's always nice to see a crime escalate from petty larceny to Grand Theft Auto, just like that. That always.
Oh yeah,
great.
yeah. And so these 3 Marines are detained.
What the fuck?
The platoon commander is calling me at the barracks like, what the fuck did you do to these Marines? And I'm like, I had nothing to do with it. I told them to be responsible and I entrusted them to be adults. What they do on their own time outside of my jurisdiction, unfortunately, is beyond my control.
Apparently that was the wrong move, is by trusting them to be adults. That was apparently a bad decision.
Yeah, it probably was a bad decision in hindsight, given who these people were. But then, so now they are now Japanese citizens because they're being detained by Japanese police.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so we have to ferry them back and forth under escort. And I'm attached at the hip of these 3. And I like to say that the lines in my forehead are from Umpty Frats, Schmuckatelli, and Benots.
Those are pretty well-defined lines to get up there, buddy.
I know. They have my furrowed brow, It comes from those 3 from that incident. And I'm just like, every time somebody says, you don't look too wrinkled, except your forehead.
Like this. Let me fucking tell you.
Oh, motherfucker, how much shine do you have?
Let me fucking tell you.
I can tell you some shit. Because, I'm 41 years old. People don't believe it. I don't have the crow's feet. I don't have the, the sunken cheeks or anything like that.
You don't have a 1,000-yard stare.
I don't quite have that yet. Oh, but I have the lines in my forehead. That's the only thing that would make you think I'm over the age of 30, I think, in some cases, some people say.
Well, mine is my busted body and bitterness, but, I mean...
Well, my bitterness helps,
Yeah.
When I was your age...
Off my lawn!
Get off my lawn!
So
yeah, there's my stupid military story.
All right, so remember, these are the people entrusted to your freedom. So... And I've got, look, this is the segment that we can do, indefinitely. The stories are I had a finite time that I spent in the military, yet I feel like I have an infinite amount of stories to share of when I was in the military.
Dude, I've got great stories with female Marines, cigarettes, and broken beer bottles.
I don't even want to fucking know what's going on with that.
They happened before we met, trust me.
Oh, my God. Oh, man, please don't. I don't even know if do I want to know this story?
Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
So all right, let's
transitioning.
If you ever meet a vet that made it above the rank of E4, be sure to thank them for not killing their troops, because this is the kind of shit that we had to deal with.
Yeah, that we understood really fast why some animals in the wild eat their young.
Yes. Sometimes you just gotta keep the gene pool strong, man. Yeah. So let's go on to the NBA Finals. So
the Finals, yeah.
Yeah, the Finals. So the Warriors are up on. I'm sorry, the Raptors are up on the Warriors 3-1. So that sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know. Either way, the Warriors are basically the walking wounded.
Clap, clap, clap on that one.
Did you get it?
I might have.
Either way. So the Raptors are up 3-1. The Warriors, I want to say, the walking wounded. Kenny calls them the walking dead.
Oh, they're dead. They're not winning the series.
I said they have a chance when they still have a fighter's chance if Steph Curry's in there. Steph Curry goes down, they're fucking done.
Okay.
But here's the deal, right? So the Raptors, on top of the Warriors being so injured, the Raptors are playing really, really good basketball on both ends of the court. And they've been playing this level of basketball since halfway through the Sixers series.
Yeah.
Right? I got to watch them go from choke artists to this juggernaut that they've become behind Kawhi Leonard
How
and
hard?
Kyle Lowry.
How hard did we clown them for firing their coach last year?
Pretty hard. Pretty fucking hard.
That was a pretty shitty take in hindsight, wasn't
But that was actually not a shitty take at the time, but totally worked out.
it? Yeah.
Sometimes it works.
Strange.
Of course, it took the Warriors to lose like everyone.
And then the acquisition of Kawhi Leonard.
But Kawhi Leonard will fucking make it all better. Either way, so he's the best player on the planet right now, Kawhi Leonard, and I bet he doesn't say that to anyone because he never says anything. In fact, I'm willing to wager that his family has no idea what he does for a living. That he just comes home from work and quietly sits down and has a dinner, and he doesn't ever talk about work. His guys
maybe watches TV with the family.
just sits down. So how was work? It was okay. Like Kawhi Leonard. But he's a fucking monster. He's like, if you could somehow reduce the emotional expression of Tim Duncan, you would have Kawhi Leonard. Like, some of you are sitting there like, how does that work? It doesn't. But somehow, if you were, you'd have Kawhi Leonard. The guy doesn't talk. He doesn't talk at all, let alone talk shit. He doesn't give the media anything. The guy goes out there and he just fucking plays. He's a machine at this point. He's borderline a machine, and he's the best machine that there is right now.
Seriously, he's like a Terminator.
He really is. So between him playing the basketball he's playing, between the Raptors collectively playing some of the best defense I've seen from any team in the finals, and between Mark Gasol eating up whatever big the Warriors throw at them, Kyle Lowry not being a fucking head case, Pascal Siakam being the most improved player in the league by leaps and bounds.
Oh my God, yes.
They are. Oh, and Fred VanVleet, Pudgy Dadbod VanVleet coming out there and just killing it. I mean, so the Raptors are lined up to do great things. Now, I know I called the Warriors in like 5 or 6. That was before everyone died, right? So the Warriors. The Warriors have right now a healthy Steph Curry, and mostly healthy Steph Curry, a kind of healthy Draymond Green, a busted Durant, a busted Klay Thompson, who hurt himself, by the way, trying to draw a foul on a three-pointer on some Reggie Miller bullshit where he kicked his legs out to try to draw contact, didn't draw contact, and ended up landing doing the splits and pulled a hammy. You got Boogie, who's coming back off a possibly torn quad, and he was recovering from a blown Achilles the year prior. Looney has a broken collarbone, or he has a serious collarbone injury, so he's out. So the Warriors are really missing all their depth. Like and Durant's out. So
and honestly, I kind of wonder if Durant is saving himself for free agency.
That would be
the shittiest move ever.
That would, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, right? I can say that I couldn't see a player like Barkley or any of the legends from yore, or even most of the players now, do something like that. But I can't say with full confidence that I couldn't see Durant doing it.
I mean, he's won 2 titles already.
Well, no, it's a sad case of character. And I don't know Kevin Durant. Like, I'm not gonna sit here saying me and him fucking have conversations all the time. Yeah. But his persona and his actions up to this point don't lead me to believe that he wouldn't do something like this.
I mean, seriously, you were representing him with the meme of "'cause you's a bitch."
Because he does. He's a very selfish guy.
Yeah.
He's a very self-serving guy, and what?
He knows he's getting a supermax in New York next year.
He knows he's getting a supermax no matter where he goes.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think he's tough enough for the New York media. I think the New York media.
They're going to eat him alive.
Well, his burner accounts are going to be super ablaze. His fucking burner accounts. Either way. So, what makes the series interesting though is one of the minority owners for the Warriors got shoved Kyle Lowry on the sideline. Kyle Lowry, I guess, went for a loose ball or pass. Ended up in the seats as it happens. And instead of helping this guy back up to his feet and telling him good game, the guy fucking shoves him and fucking runs his mouth, says some bullshit. Now, this is a guy who's a billionaire or a multimillionaire who invested enough into the Warriors to be considered a minority owner. This fucking cockbag has never in his life been in anywhere where he could take on someone like Kyle Lowry in a fucking fist fight. He's been behind security guards and wealth his entire fucking life. Mm-hmm. And here he is on one of the world's biggest stages acting like a total fucking piece of shit. And you know what? I think he represents Warriors fandom a lot more than Warriors want him to. And I think he represents that class of people who sit courtside a lot more, because if you look at interactions between fans that are close to the fucking floor and how they've been treating players like Russell Westbrook and mm-hmm. other players yelling slurs, just, I mean, this is the NBA's got a super toxic fandom right now.
Yeah, it does.
Super fucking toxic, and this guy is their fucking poster child. If you ask me.
And we were talking about fans sitting courtside, and I have to wonder, we can't even root for the Raptors here, really.
No, because of fucking Drake. Because Drake's such an obnoxious piece of shit. Like, I figured that Golden State winning was a given, and then they fucking imploded from injuries, right? So then you have Drake's obnoxious front-running ass, who, by the way, has Steph Curry and Kevin Durant's numbers tattooed on him. That's how much of a front-runner he is.
Oh, my God. No, he is such a front-runner. You know, he performed live at the Red Sox 2013 World Series parade.
You know what, Drake, if he got paid for that, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because he was playing started from the bottom, now
if he got paid for that, I'm cool with that. Because that's a paid performance. But
I've seen Drake live as a result.
He's a front-runner, and he's a terrible fucking fan. But he's
he is.
But he's not a fan who's going to shove a player and get into a fist fight.
No, he's just going to get in your ear and remind you don't have a timeout.
Yeah. He's annoying as fuck. But he's not shove a fan annoying.
Okay.
But I do think that these cases, this isn't a case like Spike Lee and Reggie Miller going at it in the 90s, where they're simply making hand gestures and yelling at each other. These guys are crossing. They are crossing the physical boundary and putting hands on one another. I mean, the Malice in the Palace, we looked at that as an aberration. Right? The Malice in the Palace was an aberration. Now, you can totally see someone chucking a beer at a player now. Like, it's like, what are they going to do? Fucking ban me? Fuck it. Whatever. And it's like, yo, no. You know, honestly, we need more. We need more Ron Artest in this league. We need to bring back because I honestly,
not Meta World Peace.
No, not Meta World Peace, dude. Not Meta World Peace.
We need Ron Artest.
I honestly think that these fans that cross the threshold and really get out of pocket, they need to get 60 seconds in the octagon with one of these players.
Yeah,
because you can call Draymond Green every dirty N-word you can think of from the safety of behind security guards, but chances are he's gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are he can whoop your ass.
Yeah, dude, Draymond Green goes low.
And he's not afraid to kick in the balls, man.
No, he's not.
He's playing to win, so.
Yeah, bro.
But I honestly, this is a scourge. It doesn't belong in any sport. And the fact that NBA fans get so close to the players.
I know.
Like baseball, you have the wall. I mean, if you end up on the field.
You can heckle the players.
Like, if you end up on the baseball field, it's because you fell and you're probably fucked up. Football, the fans are good 20 yards plus away from the sideline.
The only way you interact with the players is when the players choose to do so.
Right. Hockey has the fucking glass that's up, so you can't get through the glass. But basketball, the players can literally jump on you.
Yeah.
And they are, and that access, I'm not seeing that as good.
No.
And really, for this type of behavior to occur during the finals, from someone who's considered a minority owner of a franchise, it's beyond the pale.
Yeah, no, I'm appalled by that, and I don't think it has any place in the NBA. I don't like seeing it. I don't want to see it.
No, I don't. It doesn't
I don't want fan conduct to define a game or a series.
But it's kind of defining the year.
And
this year's been marred. This year's been marred. The NBA this whole year's been marred by fan conduct. Either way,
yeah,
I digress.
But so how do you see this series playing out?
I don't. A healthy Warriors team wraps this up in the next game, but there's not a healthy Warriors team, and they're down 3-1. So the Raptors may lose one game as the Warriors cling on to maybe win one more, but they're going to take this in 6. I think the Raptors are taking it in 6, unless barring a miracle.
Wait, is it a 2-3-2 or a 2-2?
It was 2-2-1-1,
right?
1-1. Yeah.
So game 5. is in Golden State.
Right. So Golden State might win Game 5, but they're losing Game 6.
Okay.
They're losing Game 6.
Which would be the first time that a non-American team would have won the NBA title.
A lot of firsts for this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like I said, barring a miracle, unless Steph Curry turns in Super Saiyan mode and fucking kills everything, that's I don't see it going well for Golden State.
Well, and now we're going to transition into our newest and most exciting segment, 60 Seconds with D2, where we give her a topic and she fucking roasts it. So, without further ado, D2, 60 seconds are going on the clock.
I'll set the clock. I'll set the timer.
60 seconds on the clock.
Hold on.
Your topic is Axe body spray. As many sick burns as possible in 60 seconds, and go.
Okay, like, just, why did... I am so frustrated with the concept that people would enjoy just wearing Axe body spray. I remember one time there's this friend that was in this class, and she was like, it smells really gross. And there's this boy who was like, I know how I can make it smell better. He pulled out a can of Axe body spray, and everyone just turned to him and was like, no. I remember one time I was walking in an intersection in the hallway, and like when I walked through, there was just a big giant cloud of Axe body spray, and immediately, like not even like a nanosecond later, I started choking my throat out. It was that bad. I have traumatic experiences with Axe body spray, because this other time when I was in 7th grade, I was in art class, and there were these boys that thought it would be funny to bring their can of Axe body spray and spray it into the drawers and like set off some kind of prank. They're like, oh, this is so funny, guys, you know. And I'm just like, no, stop, please.
And time.
Oh, God.
Goodness.
I'm stressed just talking about this.
I can feel your anxiety.
We can
Yeah.
feel the anxiety emanating from you.
Yes. No.
All right, let me get my seat.
Okay, bye.
Way to lighten the mood.
All right, thank you, D2, for your enlightened takes on Axe body spray. Can't wait to have you join us in the next show when we'll give you another equally disturbing topic and have you roast the life out of it.
And then she just rips the life out of it with disdain.
We might just do like a one of the mascots for some team, because she roasts mascots pretty.
Oh, good
pretty
lord!
fucking hard.
We could just have her rattle off a few things about things.
All right, so Stanley Cup Finals. Can he go?
All right, thank you, kind sir, for the forum. So, well, here we are, folks. 5 games in, and the rest have apparently missed some calls.
There have been.
I mean, it's
calls.
like it's like that Dunkin' Donuts commercial with David Pasternak in the penalty box has some merit. Hey, ref, check your voicemail. You missed some calls. So St. Louis fans seem to contend that a charging call was missed in Game 1. Fine. We'll take that one. Torrey Krug, came down the ice with intent to hit somebody. The guy he went into the box, and so he found this next bitch and hurt him.
Oh.
Game 2. One of our guys takes an elbow to the head from Oscar Sundqvist. Now, no penalty occurs on the play, despite it being illegal to hit somebody in the back of the head with your fucking elbow.
Huh. That's illegal, huh?
Oh, yeah, well, because apparently NHL player safety agreed as much and suspended that player the next game.
Huh.
I could go on here, folks. The fact of the matter is, it's chippy. The two teams don't like each other.
I like how they use the term chippy and that they don't like each other.
It's borderline.
These are two teams that just don't know. Here's a guy. You can see, here's a guy. He elbows him in the back of the head. You can tell that they just don't like each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's been getting worse and worse. I mean, Game 3, it's just, apparently this has been a pattern for the St. Louis Blues, is that their physical and rough play, this hit them hard and hit them often, also includes hit them high, which is, illegal. And they were the least penalized team somehow through the first 3 rounds of the playoffs. Well, San Jose bitched up a storm about the fact that their headhunting ways took out their 3 best players in the Western Conference Finals.
It's a fucking rough game, dude.
It is. Yeah. So they were like, hey, do something about this. And so the NHL did. They reined them in. They call them for 14 penalties in 3 games. Their coach then goes on a post-game press conference rant about, you know what? I don't understand. We were the least penalized team in the in the playoffs, and now we've got 14 penalties in 3 games. And so apparently they backed off, and now the Blues think they have the right to commit murder on the ice.
Look, working the refs is part of any sport, dude.
Yeah, well, like Bruce Cassidy did it after Game 5 because they missed a penalty on a trip.
NBA coaches work the refs. NFL coaches work the refs. Managers, baseball managers work the refs. Players work the refs. Refs get worked over, dude.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know, but it's to the point where, like, there was an obvious, slew foot. It's when you forcibly...
I saw the play. It was fucking dirty as shit.
Yeah, it was. Nobody's going to feel sorry for Boston, but in this case, it's like, holy shit, that was a penalty.
No.
And the Blues scored the game-winning goal on that play.
So part of the dynamic is Boston likes to wrap up all of their sports in their overall collective excellence, right? So this non-call gets categorized in the same shell, in the same file with the Tuck rule call, non-call.
Right.
So a lot of people are seeing these kind of things as it's 20 years too late, just about, but it's karmic, kind of karmic. So like refs are going, and let's be fair, right? If it comes down to calls the refs are going to make, then
I think my only complaint with it is that it happened in plain sight of the referee, who has just clearly demonstrated his incompetence over the years. To the point where Canucks fans have started a Fire Kelly Sutherland page.
Which
they liken him to an NHL equivalent of Tim Donaghy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, like for somebody who's not even involved in the series to accuse him or the NHL of what would amount to blatant game fixing, that's pretty bad.
That's a pretty ballsy statement to make for any team. Tim Donaghy's known to be dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
The NBA still hasn't done anything about that, by the way. So
of course not.
So
Well, because the guy's in jail, so
is he locked up?
I think because he went for gambling, right?
No, did he get locked up?
It's about it's 12 years too late. We'll do research, get back to you.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing is, I can sit here and bitch about the calls, but the fact of the matter is, the Bruins' top line is doing nothing.
No, the Blues, and here, listen, listeners.
They're out hitting and they're out hustling.
I'm Team Giant Meteor on this one, right? I don't want St. Louis to ever have anything nice because fuck that entire city and everything it stands for. Yeah, I said it.
All right.
So I fucking said it, and I got reasons, and if you want to know what those reasons are, feel free to contact us at dirtdiggler2023@gmail.com. Dirt Diggler Shitty Sports Show on Facebook and Instagram. Right. Just hit us up, and I'll tell you exactly why St. Louis never deserves to have anything nice fucking ever. So, and as always, fuck everything Boston. So I'm here, and I'm like Team Giant Meteor. But at the same time, if the games are going to be had, right?
Yeah.
If we're going to go through with this fucking travesty that is a fucking championship between these two teams, at least fucking call it correctly.
Right.
At least call it correctly. So the loser has one thing less to bitch about, because whoever loses is gonna fucking bitch nonstop until next year, because both of these fan bases are so fucking self-serving and insufferable that as a non-fan, like, do we just have a singularity go down on the ice, like a fucking miniature black hole that sucks in everyone and every fan and every official associated with this, so the world could be a better place?
No, but you did get Bruins fans beating up each other.
Dude, yeah,
you did that.
The non-call was so bad. Bruins fans were beating each other up
when they weren't throwing crap on the ice.
So this is us. This is us, man. This is us. But
hey, look, you know what? I can sit here, like I said, I can complain about the calls. I can complain about the dirty hits. I can complain about the headhunting. And the fact that but the fact of the matter is the Bruins' top line has got to produce.
Yes.
Tuukka Rask can only do so much to keep them in games.
But since the suspension of who they suspended for the Blues?
They suspended Barbashev for Game 6.
Now he's been a key part to that lineup. So.
He's a fourth liner who's good on the penalty kill.
Yeah.
When Sundqvist, the guy I mentioned before, was suspended for Game 3, the Bruins went 4 for 4 on the power play.
Wow, 4 for 4.
4 for 4, and they won 7-2.
Ooh, a lot of goals.
In St. Louis.
A lot of goals.
And not only that, but like it just the Bruins have this series in a lot of ways echoes their first round series where they were down 3-2 and heading into Toronto for Game 6. Hostile environment. They come out of it, tie it up, take care of business at home, and that's what Dork is hoping has happened. Game 6 on Wednesday night, because folks, I already have Thursday off.
Kudos.
So, if the Bruins win the Cup on Wednesday, party.
Party?
But if they lose on Sunday, at least I get lobster. Lady Dork is the best.
She's pretty good.
She's taking me out for my birthday dinner.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the sweetest.
Well, you guys are getting married, so it's like...
I mean, I love her to death, man.
I would hope so. You guys are getting married.
Yeah, she loves me, too.
I would also hope for that. That's kind of one of those things.
Yeah. Hey, Hey, you know what? It's the rare one where, like, all of my family loves her.
No, that's good.
Yeah, that's really good. That's what kind of clued me in,
She's a really cool lady. I enjoy the time that anytime we get to hang out. She's such a cool lady. So
she is the best.
You guys do well together, and like I said, you guys have got our support.
Of course,
thank you. Forward, because you guys are going to have to do some growing either way.
And like I said, though, hey, my last piece on the game on the games to be played. Game 6 is tomorrow night. Little high no day, bye.
Yep. For those of you, that was a Waterboy reference. For those of you,
I know Waterboy.
Yes. Adam Sandler's best movie, by the way. I firmly believe that will be his best movie.
I take Happy Gilmore any day.
Tough. Happy Gilmore.
I mean, and it's not just because he wears a Bruins jersey for like 3/4 of the movie.
That was a pretty Happy Gilmore.
He gets his ass kicked by Bob Barker.
Bob Barker was about that life, man. I mean,
he was.
Fuck, what are you gonna do?
Straight right.
Sometimes,
I mean, he was pretty pissed off because he and Nick Faldo won that Pro-Am a couple of years before.
Sometimes the price is wrong.
Bitch.
And now we move into the inevitable fucking march of the NFL offseason. So. I'm gonna. The NFC East is always a hotbed of news.
The NFC East is a shit show.
Not really. You know what? I don't want to hear shit from you in the AFC East about something being a shit show.
Boring. In the AFC East,
it's boring because the 3 teams are a shit show. You have the Patriots, and then you have 3 shitty teams.
The end result is boring, but the team. Okay, all right.
So like the NFC East still makes it competitive because they still kind of win games against each other. Like there's still parity in the division.
Yeah.
And this is the division with the Super Bowl champion in it right now. 2 years removed, but still, that's a playoff team. 2 playoff teams last year.
Yeah.
So the NFC East is entertaining because despite the dysfunction of some of the franchises, there's some success to be had. So let's start off with, maybe the most dysfunctional when it comes to personnel handling. Maybe not, but Wa's team is an absolute dumpster fire. Once again, stop me if you've heard this before. All right, so...
Hey, by the way, I gotta say, cut in on this. I love the new sound effect for when we accidentally say the name.
Yeah, that's for any swearing. I'm going to use that going forward. Yeah. But they found a way to alienate their very best player, right? Trent Williams is an all-pro fucking tackle. He's probably one of the top 6 offensive tackles in the league, period. He does have some durability issues, but he's played through a lot of injuries and he's come back early from a lot of injuries, which kind of perpetuates the whole being hurt thing, right? If you come back and you're fucking hurt, you're going to get hurt again. But he demanded a trade or release. He vowed to never play for Washington again. And you're wondering, like, how the fuck did we get here? Like, how did we go from this guy,
coming back from an injury?
He just came out of a surgery. What happened? So, turns out that he had a tumor on his skull, on the side of his head.
Despite Arnold's insistence that it wasn't.
Right, so...
It's not a tumor!
No, this was indeed a tumor. Right, so he had a tumor, and team doctors diagnosed it, I guess, as benign. Turns out, they said it was benign. He didn't go for a second opinion, and he played through the season. So when he finally went and got it excised, turns out the fucker was not benign, and it should have never been... It was malignant, and it should have never been considered benign, because it had all the markers of being a benign tumor or whatever. He felt a certain kind of way about that. He felt that the team doctors, either out of incompetence or out of malice, misdiagnosed him for the sake of the team. And this is one of those things where there's a conflict of interest, where you have a doctor who's supposed to be assisting and making decisions while working for an owner whose job is to put the best players on the field. So they're not. I mean, you've heard horror stories of players having severe injuries and doctors misdiagnosing them and then playing through them and their careers being cut short. Fred Jackson was one of them.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can hear all these stories, but this is a cancer diagnosis, essentially, right? A malignant tumor is essentially cancer.
Yeah.
So Trent Williams, of course, is reacting poorly to this, as one does.
I don't know that there's a positive reaction to that.
Right. So if you tell me, oh, don't worry about that, it's benign, and then I come out and like that totally wasn't benign, but thanks for playing those games for us. It's like no. No.
Back up to that part where it wasn't benign.
No, it's totally not benign.
That's not cool either.
So he's demanded a release or trade from Watt's team. And you know what, man? He's done some hoe shit in his career early on. He's gotten his feelings hurt. But you know what? The dude is a hell of a player, and he's come through and played through some serious injuries. And he's a good dude, good player for that team. And for them to have treated him that way is insulting.
Yeah, it is.
It is insulting. It is totally on brand for that franchise, right?
I agree.
They are morally. I don't expect high morals from an NFL franchise, but holy shit, these guys are morally bankrupt to do something like that. That's pretty fucking conniving. So he's gonna go somewhere else, and so I congratulate Watt's team on their gross incompetence. See you at the bottom, buddy. Now, moving on to my team, the Eagles. So Carson Wentz got fucking paid, right? So he got an extension, right? He didn't get a new contract. He got an extension, which means that he's still working on the terms of his rookie contract.
Yep.
Right. So the Eagles paid him
because they feel that strongly about it.
$128 million over 4 years with $107 million in guarantees. So that business is done. They made it clear that they wanted to go with Wentz. They let Foles walk and go to Jacksonville. Wentz was their guy. They invested a lot to get him. They traded up twice to get to him in the first round back in 2016. So he's their guy. He's the Eagles' guy. And, I mean, cool. The guy is probably, if not the best quarterback in the league, certainly one of the best. He's certainly elite when he's healthy playing. You got to remember, this guy put up like 27 touchdowns and like 7 interceptions with a fractured back last year.
Jesus Christ.
And people look at this as a down year for Carson Wentz. So I mean, yeah. So now maybe they can pay Malcolm Jenkins, because Malcolm Jenkins is worth more than what they're paying him for. And he's there. He's always available. He's in every game. He played 99.8% of all defensive snaps last year. I mean, the guy is amazing. He does everything they ask him to. He covers people out of the slot. He covers people on the edge. He comes down. He blitzes. He does over the top. He's probably the most versatile safety there is in the NFL right now. I'm not saying he's the best. He's certainly the most versatile. He can do whatever you need him to do, and he's always healthy. So, yes, I believe that now they've gotten this Carson Wentz business done, they can go and give him the pay bump that he so rightfully deserves.
He's an elite quarterback. I think he earned it.
Wentz has earned his money, and I believe Jenkins has earned more. And so, pay Jenkins, get this man back in camp, get him back in pads, and let's get this defensive secondary to congeal. So that's good. No, that's certainly fucking good, right? The draft picks we picked up this year are looking good in camp. Of course, listen, it's shells. It's helmets and shorts. There's no hitting. So take it for what it's worth. But JJ Arcega-Whiteside looks fucking legit. Like he looks like a dude who played basketball and high points the ball like there's no one's business. These DBs these are like starting caliber DBs, and they're getting absolutely destroyed by this guy.
Yeah.
And there's no pads. So just as we can say that you won't know until the pads come on, he's a big motherfucker. He's a 6'4", 220, some shit like that. He's not a small guy. So we're gonna see how that works out. Now, moving on to the Cowboys. Wentz getting paid is bad news for them, because what happens is now Dak Prescott's agent will go to the boys and say, our guy hasn't been hurt. Our guy has a better record than Wentz. Our guy has won a playoff game. Wentz has never won a playoff game. Our guy deserves more money. And I absolutely love it, because I don't believe that's a product of Prescott's excellence. That's a product of having Zeke on your team and Amari Cooper on the edge. Because when Zeke went down, they fell apart. So obviously Prescott's a game manager at this point. But that's not a bad thing. But
hey, if you're an Eagles fan, that's 2 wins.
But yes, 2 wins, right? It's because the boys have convinced themselves that this is their guy. So they're going to have to pay him a lot of money. And they're so bad at managing their cap that whatever they do, even if it's
they will not be able to keep Cooper or Zeke.
Well, Zeke is going to walk.
You think?
Because Cooper, I think, is already re-upped. So Zeke is going to walk. So either way, whatever they do, they're going to do it in the most ass-backward, self-defeating way possible that puts them in cap hell. Well, because that's what they do. That's their tradition.
I mean, even if they do manage to keep all 3, where's the money for the defense? They're the Colts. They'll be the Colts of your division.
They are
for so
bad
long.
they are bad with managing money, and we will see. But they have had some solid drafts. So we'll see. But they got to.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Wentz getting paid early means the Eagles don't have to compete with Goff's contract or
Nope.
Prescott's contract, but Goff and Prescott's teams have to compete with the Wentz contract. You can look at Russell Wilson and go, all right, look at his contract. But Russell Wilson is the same tier as Aaron Rodgers at this point. He's won the game.
He's won the big one.
He's
yeah.
an elite quarterback. You know, he can do all the things you ever need him to do. This is his second or third contract. He's earned this money. These guys from 2016, this is
Not
their
really.
first. This is their first re-up.
Yep.
Goff has been through Super Bowl. Prescott's won a playoff game. Wentz was an MVP candidate. Whoever you pay first gets paid the least. So, Goff and Prescott, the Rams and the Cowboys are going to get broke off when it comes to the quarterback contract.
Oh, yeah.
But
And then they'll just wait for him to shit his pants.
Goff, I believe, is a fraud.
Oh, I do too. I mean,
I-
that Super
honestly-
Bowl proved it for me.
No, I listen, listeners. I would take Prescott over Goff because I believe Goff is a fraud. I do. I think having look, I'll go into that. I don't want to go off topic too much, but I think I'd rather have Prescott because I understand his ceiling a lot more than I do Goff's. Goff, having coached in his headset for as long as he is, has either stymied his growth or he's not that good to begin with.
No.
Either way, moving on to the Giants. Eli looks terrible, but he is proving a capable mentor and getting Daniel Jones set to throw multiple inexplicable interceptions per game. So that's encouraging.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, they're in a bad spot. And
Well, and not only that, the Giants earned it.
the Giants have gutted their defense. They let their offense. They went and drafted a quarterback who's got a hell of an arm, but the accuracy of, I don't know. Who's terrible?
Oh, shit, Dave Craig? No, he fumbled a lot.
No,
My bad.
Tim Tebow. The guy's not good. He's not good.
No, he's not.
But he's handpicked. He's handpicked by Eli Manning and the Manning family. He was coached by the same coach who coached both Manning boys. And
Cutcliffe, yeah.
yeah. So they're not. He's an athletic dude too. He's an athletic guy. He can move.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to because they didn't invest in their offensive line.
Nope.
So
Nate Solder was let go for a reason in New York.
So they have a generational running back with Saquon Barkley
Who's going to have to drag that offense?
who has no offensive line in front of him, no receivers on the outside. There is a tight end with Ingram. The defensive line has been gutted. They let go of one box safety to bring in another box safety that
What
can't
the
cover
fuck
for
was
shit.
that?
So yeah, they're Gettleman. Dude, you're a fucking genius, and I love you, and I hope you stay in New York forever.
Oh, God, no. He's, yeah.
But so they're going to finish at the bottom of the East unless Watt's team breaks out the shovels and somehow gets under them. The NFC East,
Jesus.
just the moves where we're at right now. I mean, this is not good looking for the NFC East for the most part. But moving on to Kenny's division.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm going to shift things here and kind of cover the Patriots last.
Okay, go for it, man.
The Jets. Hey, do you know Adam Gase brought in, kind of...
former Eagles draft guru Joe Douglas.
Yeah, he brought him in to be the GM because, wait, you know why, right?
Apparently, he's boys with Gase.
Well, no, but why was there a GM opening there? Oh, yeah, because he got Mike Maccagnan fired.
Honestly, Joe Douglas is a good GM, though.
Well, he is.
It's
I'll
just
give you that.
It's just that Adam Gase is a bad coach.
Yeah, but I mean, that just tells you how much pull Gase has.
Didn't he have the same amount of pull in Miami?
Well, no, because he raised such a fit over the fact that they spent so much money on Le'Veon Bell. Which, I'm sorry, Adam, are you stupid? Le'Veon Bell is a generational running back.
We're going to see.
You know, I mean, he's going to be wasted in New York. Sorry, Bolton.
We're going to see.
But yeah, Adam Gase, if Adam Gase has as much pull as this move it would indicate, then you know what? The Patriots have nothing to worry about, even if Brady plays until he's 60.
I'm telling you, look.
Well, 46.
Joe Douglas is a hell of a GM.
He is.
So
I mean, I understand.
He's an upgrade almost. He's an upgrade over almost anybody else. There's very few GMs that you can say are better than what the Eagles had going on for them.
Well, yeah, I understand that. And Miami, oh boy. So you know they shit canned Ryan Tannehill finally.
Oh shit! Did somebody pick him up?
Yeah. Tennessee. They traded him to Tennessee.
Huh.
So yeah,
So Tennessee has 2 semi-mobile quarterbacks who always get hurt?
yeah, pretty much. Fuck them.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, so you know what they did to replace him, right?
No.
They traded for Josh Rosen.
Oh, okay. That's kind of a smart move.
And you're gonna love this. They brought in a little Fitzmagic.
So hold on, wait a minute.
They needed a controversy.
No. Let me think here. He's played for every team in the AFC East except for the Patriots.
Yep.
Yeah, he played for Buffalo. He played for the Jets. Now he's playing for Miami. He's had stops in Tampa,
Cincinnati.
Where else is he?
Houston.
Houston.
This is his 8th team.
You think he has like one of those suitcases with the stickers on it, like the Looney Tunes cartoons and shit? I think he should. He should put a sticker on his car for every team.
The worst part about it.
What?
He's already doing what he does best.
Already fucking up the chemistry by being awesome, isn't he?
He's showing off, and I quote, an explosive deep ball.
Nice.
Throwing and not only that, he's got a great rapport with the Dolphins' top receivers.
Of course he does, because he's a great guy.
Meanwhile,
he's a great guy.
Josh Rosen, inconsistent, throwing inexplicable interceptions, running the 2-minute drill. Can't quite get everything put together.
It's going to take a minute to get that Cardinal stink off of him, though, to be honest with you.
I mean, yes, true.
This is like David Carr. Like,
yeah,
how serviceable was David Carr after his stint with the fucking brand new expansion Texans?
Oh, good Lord. He was looking up at the lights more than he was actually on his feet.
Yeah, but even when he's off that team, how serviceable could you say he actually was?
Not very.
Yeah. So
I mean, but the best part for Rosen was he only had to do 1 year in Arizona.
So hopefully they get him coached up. The dude is he's a pretty smart guy, pretty smart kid. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to report on with Buffalo. I mean, they have this issue where they don't have a clear-cut number one. They brought in Cole Beasley from Dallas.
In a move I didn't see coming.
And then, the Patriots are in on him, so they were like, oh,
well,
shit.
He's a 6-footish white guy, so of course the Patriots are in on him.
Yeah. I think the only reason I think the Pats were in on him was to drive the price up.
Honestly, no. Actually, if you look at his production out of the slot, he's hard to cover because he's squirrely. Yeah. And that's what the Patriots like, is a guy who comes out of his break.
Squirrely slot guy.
Squirrely 6-foot white dude in the slot. That's
and that's why they paid Julian Edelman, but I'll get to that in a minute.
So let's hold on. Before you do that, let's go down a list of squirrely 6-footish white guys the Patriots have had play slot for them. Let's start with the original, the OG Welker.
Yeah.
Right? Got to go Welker, right? Amendola. Edelman. Right? Made a play.
Hogan,
right? Made a play for Beasley. I'm starting. This is the.
Well, they made a play for Humphreys too. But they drafted N'Keal Harry.
Oh yeah, right. But he's not a 6-foot white guy.
No, he's a 6'3". He's a deep threat.
But 6-foot white guys. Is he going to slot?
Who? N'Keal Harry?
Yeah.
No, but he has been taking extra reps with Brady at a private facility.
Oh, smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
they're getting on the same page real fast.
Smart.
I mean, which is good because the tight end situation in New England is getting rougher and rougher.
Yeah.
Austin Seferian-Jenkins has been granted his release as he needs time away from the team to sort out some stuff and, on the non-football side with mental health apparently.
Oh, dude, yeah, take care of that shit.
Yeah, take care of that shit. He hopes to come back to the team later in the season. We're not sure he'll be back.
Give this guy some treatment and get
bad
him back
timing though, because Ben Watson, who was lured out of retirement after his final year with the Saints, was already in the retirement boat, was taking, supplements to kind of recover from a career of playing football. Popped on a piss test after re-signing with the Patriots because, the stuff I took is banned under the league's substance abuse policy. At the time, he thought he was retired for good. At
this point, we can make a joke about this being the Patriots way.
Sure, why not?
I mean, it's there.
Yeah, sure, fine, go for it.
It's the Patriots way.
I mean, but
it's fucking there.
I mean, but seriously, I mean, if we're gonna have a top receiver suspended for the first 4 games of the season, or a top offensive player suspended for the first 4 games of the season, that usually translates into a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. So I'll take it.
Fuck you guys, man.
But and then on top of that, speaking of retired tight ends,
Ben Watson's not a top player though. He's just out there.
Yeah, but I mean, he started his career in New England. He and Brady have played well together in the past.
Yeah, but he's like made of fucking old rubber bands at this point.
Yeah. So I guess that means they're gonna have to bolster the tight end position. So
probably go. Limber Witten came out of retirement.
Well, Witten came out of retirement, so
CBS broadcaster Jason Witten has returned to football.
yeah, and so I guess that means we'll get Gronk back.
You know what, man? You know the Patriots opted not to get the dent out of the Lombardi that Gronk put into it by hitting a fucking baseball with it.
Fuck it, that's Gronk. They love him. Gronk using the Lombardi Trophy as a baseball bat is the most Gronk thing ever.
He should have he should have got his ass whooped for that.
You know what? After the sixth one, do you really care?
Yes, you fucking do. Let me tell you why you care. Because the Cowboys have 5, and they may never see another one again.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, do you see what they do to the Stanley Cup?
That's different. That's tradition. The Stanley Cup gets abused per tradition.
Okay.
The Lombardi,
okay.
You got to remember because it's the same cup. Every Lombardi, every Super Bowl, there's a new Lombardi. They don't pass a Lombardi around. You keep it. They make a new one. But the Stanley Cup, they simply put another fucking thing on it, listing your team, and it gets added with the other however many dozens of fucking winners they've been. Yeah, the Stanley Cup, dude. It's seen some things, but that's kind of.
Oh, I've seen the Stanley Cup.
But
before.
that's kind of the thing of that's what makes the Lord Stanley's Cup so amazing. That it is
so amazing.
It goes to these things, and that's tradition.
I've got a funny story about that that Lord Stanley's Cup, real quick. So when the Bruins won 8 years ago, Dork was working for at a hotel near Foxwoods Casino in Connecticut. Mm-hmm. Happened that the Bruins were partying there that night, and I happened to see them walking around drinking champagne out of the fucker.
Yeah, and it's been
crazy.
It's had a lot of fluids in it.
It's had milk in it.
It's had a lot of fluids in it.
It's had, people have eaten cereal out of it.
It's had a lot of fluids in it.
It's been snuggled. It's been spooned.
It's probably been penetrated. Look.
Hey, I wasn't going to go there with it.
I was alluding that I was gonna, but
I know. I was trying to keep you off that track, but hey, it's not a family show, so fuck it.
It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Bro.
Yeah, righty. Anyway, so, shall we?
We shall, sir.
Yes.
Yes, kill the music.
Maestro, please.
Yes. Greetings, I'm Dirk Diggler of the Philadelphia Diglays.
And I'm Kenneth Dorksworth of the Connecticut Dogsworths.
And we are here to give you Dirk Diggler's Shitty Game Time Beer of the Week. And we have returned. With the shitty beer of the week. Today's selection is Michelob Ultra Infusions Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus.
Prickly Pear Cactus.
Prickly Pear.
What the fuck is even that?
It's
It's like
all right. So no.
It's got a little lime and pear in it.
It's got lime and prickly pear is good. All right. So look, I don't want to judge a book by its cover, right? Let's give this beer a spin, right? Shall we? Let's do this. This beer is a 4% beer, and it shows.
It tastes good, but it doesn't really.
All right, so if you could take a what's that angry water that everybody was drinking? It had you could tell that it was parked next to fruit at some point. LaCroix.
Oh God!
Right, so
yes.
if you could take a LaCroix and simply maybe fill in the gray area where flavor would be a little bit more, you would have this beer. This beer has hints of LaCroix. It is almost like they took a Michelob.
So basically, I should combine this with flavored vodka and have like a vodka ultra.
Ooh, yeah. So it's like they took a LaCroix and added beer to it.
So basically, our female listeners can thank me for starting a new trend.
If they like the fruity foo drinks that don't have any power behind them or just sugar, then yes.
Is this a game time beer?
I would say yes, because you can in fact drink these and totally forget you're drinking at all.
4.0% volume by alcohol by volume and 95 calories.
You can pound a 6-pack of these and just be hydrated at the end of the day. These things are fucking. I think you should hand this out to play instead of Gatorade because fuck, man, it's got what your body craves.
Yeah. It's got electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes and shit.
It's got plants. That's what plants need.
Plants crave, man.
Yeah,
that's what they demand. But no, I think it's a game time beer because you don't think about it. It's not flavorful enough to register in your brain at all. Like I said, you would pound a 6-pack of this and not even forget you were drinking at all. So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, if that's your drinking experience, then go for it. If you like to realize you're drinking beer at some point during the beer drinking experience, I mean,
maybe not.
Then maybe this isn't for you.
No, I mean, I dig it too. It's smooth, it's light in calories, and for a guy like me who's looking to manage his macros,
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I've lost 22 pounds since the last show.
I found it if you want it
back. Is it behind me?
No, it's behind me.
Oh, stop.
And in front of me, and to the sides. Anyway, so let's do the thing because the flashlight in the sky demands
The
it.
flashlight? Oh, I can't see it.
It's
Holy super shitty indefensible hot takes, Diggler. What are we gonna do now?
Johnny Dork to the take mobile. Okay, hold on. I guess I just gotta get this started. Hold on. It takes a minute. It's kind of old. All right,
Really?
All right. I think. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. All right. I gotta. I might need a new bulb.
It might.
It's been 4 years, so.
Hey,
Let's get into it. So, my shitty hot take of the week. Kevin Durant comes back from injury to lead the Warriors to another NBA championship. And to celebrate, he relinquishes control of his burner Twitter accounts to James Harden. So James Harden can tweet defending himself as not himself, but obviously as himself, as he fails miserably in doing things and people take hard stances against him. So that's where I'm at, because I don't think either of those things are going to ever happen.
Hey, keeping with the championship theme, my shitty hot take of the week. Zdeno Chara, toughest motherfucker in the building. Took a puck off his jaw, right?
Yeah,
he's playing.
He's got a broken jaw.
He's had it wired shut for Game 5. So Game 6, I figure he's going to improve it to more resemble the Bond villain.
Jaws, yeah.
Jaws, yeah. Yeah, the guy who also had the nail in his head in Happy Gilmore.
He died.
Yeah, but he was a tough bastard.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah. So, like Zdeno Chara is going to do more to resemble him.
It's going
to be Jaws. Yeah, he's going to eat the 8-ball. Maybe hopefully you see a couple of Blues players shit their pants. Bruins win the cup.
I miss Bond villains like that. They were just so wacky and whimsical. And
I know.
Odd Job is a murderer, apparently. But
oh, the actor?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, and the Red Ranger from Power Rangers killed a guy with a fucking sword. What?
Oh, that's okay. Billy from Predator tried to run for governor of Kentucky. Do you realize, by the way, the cast of that movie, most of them got into politics?
Nice.
Except for because you had Arnold as the governor of California.
That's a really fun trivia question, dude. You should.
Yeah, you had 2 governors, a failed gubernatorial candidate.
Because Jesse Ventura was in the movie, wasn't he?
No, wait. Arnold and Jesse both were governors.
Yeah, but was Jesse Ventura in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
he
both
was Blaine. He had the minigun.
I thought he was in that movie. That's why I said Jesse Ventura was in that movie.
And then you had Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Carl Weathers. So.
Strap this on your sore ass, Blaine. But yeah, so Bond villain.
Jaws.
I think, but hey, as long as that Bond villain raises the cup on Wednesday, I'm fine with it.
Team Giant Meteor. All right, Team Giant Meteor.
Because I know what the universe needs is not another Boston parade.
No one needs another Boston parade.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
No, that's the worst thing.
I understand your sauciness, sir.
I'm speaking for the rest of the planet.
I know. The rest of us in Boston are like, hey, the era's coming to an end soon enough. I mean, Brady's going to retire at some point. And with it, the championship window goes. The Red Sox, not a fair bet. The Celtics are in a bit of disarray. The Brooklyn trade championship window has closed.
So before we close for the day here, who's PFF's top-rated general manager for the NFL?
Belichick.
Who's PFF's second-rated general manager in the
Roseman.
NFL? Howie Roseman.
See you back in the big game.
See you back in the big game, sir.
All right, hey.
Nothing like winning the offseason, right?
Winning.
So that's it, man. That's the show. So we're looking to do stupid military stories as an ongoing thing because there are so many fucking stories in the military that are absolutely ludicrous.
I've got all.
We'd like to do 60 seconds with D2 going forward. Of course, got to get D2 primed up and get her wrapped up on a topic. Today was Axe body spray. Let me tell you, there are a few takes stronger than that of a young lady talking about Axe body spray. So if you've got a can of Axe body spray in your house, just know that all the women in your life are not happy with you.
Yeah, there's been thought of possibly holding the show on a second site.
Yeah, we may go to the Castle of Dorkness.
I know, and
do a
would
show
that
there.
mean we would have the long-awaited first appearance of Lady Dork on
We
the
might,
show?
if she wants to be part of the show.
She has voiced an interest.
Then maybe we can do that.
Maybe, it all has to line up. She has to be willing to, I'm sure she'll have plenty to say.
Oh yeah, she's a Ratbirds fan, right?
Yeah, about her beloved Ravens and those the Orioles.
Did you see the meme I put up? Hollywood Jackson, like, I can't wait to catch passes. Lamar Jackson, like, we don't do that here.
Yeah, she had a few things to say
We
about that.
We don't do that here.
I'm gonna get killed for laughing at that.
Nope, that's cool. Your fandom should remain intact no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's it, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
the show.
That's the show. It's been real,
It has been fun.
and it has indeed been real fun. So, Dirt Diggler and
The Dork.
out.